Well, here we are at the end of another week, this one being the first full week of March. Thank you for being a part of the show, this 8th day of the 3rd month. Showers rolling in, as we've been talking about, and as well, we're looking at more for your weekend. An updated 7-day to at least some degree in just a few moments. I say that because we have a lot of headlines, we have a lot of basketball, we have a lot of ground to cover, as the Hornets did in the second half of their game last night. We'll go to that in just a few moments. We will start off, of course, with our top story this evening, one that happened early this morning and has actually been one that has had full attention of law enforcement, schools, families, and everyone else in between, I suppose, in a number of counties. A man who is, as I understand, still wanted at this hour for a shooting in Wolfe County set off a number of school lockdowns in a number of counties, including Magoffin County earlier today, Owsley County, Breathitt County, Powell County schools, Wolfe County schools, all on soft lockdowns earlier today, after a man accused of shooting another fled the scene before the arrival of law enforcement. This is a story, a portion of it at least, that we posted earlier today on the Sagersville Independent social media pages and websites in regards to the current situation, as Sheriff Bill Meade learned of the ongoing situation in Wolfe County, reached out to and contacted or spoke with Superintendent Chris Meadows, and together they put in effect a soft lockdown for Magoffin County schools, essentially meaning that inside it was business as normal, while no one was to go in or out of the building until authorities were confident that everyone was safe. Precautions taken today in the Magoffin County school system are a response to a shooting that took place in Wolfe County earlier this morning. Reportedly around 8:30 or 9 o'clock, there was a man shot by another individual, a man who fled the scene before law enforcement arrived, and as of time of this update was still being sought after. And given the unknown whereabouts of the suspect, Sheriff Bill Meade and Superintendent Chris Meadows thought it proper to put schools on an exterior lockdown, if you will, for the time being until more information is known.
Magoffin County had received a notification that there had been a shooting in one of the neighboring counties. And as a precautionary measure, we have, in cooperation with the Magoffin County Superintendent, the school system, we had made a decision to do a soft lockdown at each of the schools here in the county. This is strictly precautionary. There's been no direct threat made to the school. However, we wanted to ensure that our children and our staff was safe. Presently, we have law enforcement presence at each of the schools, including the Magoffin County Sheriff's Office, the Sayersville City Police, and the Kentucky State Police. Law enforcement presence will remain at the school until the school closes.
Authorities did do just that between the Sheriff's Department and the State Police and the City Police. There was an officer or officers stationed at each Magoffin County school, and they kept them there the remainder of the school day because it was still unknown as to the suspect's whereabouts. The man that started this entire situation is still wanted by police. Pedro Torres, 6 feet tall, 175 pounds, was last seen driving a newer model 4-door Chevy truck, white in color with temporary tags. The incident happened in Wolfe County earlier this morning. Police, as I understand, believe him to be heavily armed with an AR-15, possibly other weapons, and multiple rounds of ammunition. That is one of the many reasons that authorities were taking this so seriously, even though there was no reports of the suspect in the Magoffin County or some of the other counties, I should say, as there were a few reported sightings which authorities were investigating. I have no confirmation on any of those as of yet in Breathitt or other counties. I do know that the Kentucky State Police did issue a formal release earlier today, just a short time ago this afternoon, pretty much confirming everything that I've already reported, saying that through the investigation, they say that he did fire a weapon striking an individual. The Kentucky State Police not giving us information on that individual's condition, but it's my understanding the injuries were non-life threatening. And again, the suspect believed to be operating at last report a newer model 4-door Chevy pickup truck, white in color with an unknown Kentucky temporary tag. If you have any information about this man, someone matching his description or that of his vehicle, contact the Kentucky State Police. Moorhead Post is conducting the investigation. You can contact local authorities or simply dial 911 as well. And if anything changes in the search for the suspect between now, at this hour, and Monday evening, we'll be posting it on our social media and website platforms. In other headlines tonight, the arrest of a Lexington man facing serious drug-related charges, felony charges for a significant quantity of both cocaine and marijuana found on him traveling through Magoffin County. At about 11:30 last night, troopers with Post 9 arrested this man, a 24-year-old from Lexington, charging him with trafficking in cocaine, first degree, trafficking in marijuana, up to 5 pounds, possession of a handgun by a felon, and failure to maintain insurance in the vehicle he was driving. This after around, again, 11:30 last night or so, state police were conducting a traffic safety checkpoint in the Magoffin County area near mile marker 70 in the Mountain Parkway. During that time, the suspect arrived in a white Chevrolet pickup truck and made contact with authorities. When they walked up to his window and smelled a strong odor of marijuana. During a search of the vehicle, they found a large amount of marijuana in the back floorboard behind the driver's seat. It weighed about a pound. And there was also a fully loaded Glock handgun found. And also, it was later learned that he was a convicted felon out of West Virginia. He as well had a quantity more than an ounce and 6 grams of cocaine that was found in his possession as well. And due to the large quantity of drugs, it was believed that he was trafficking, of course, and making his way from point A to point B, with Magoffin County being in the middle. Again, still lodged in the Big Sandy jail. I'll be right back.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars.
I believe in always finding a way to do what you love.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Someone dies in the U.S. every 7 minutes from an overdose, and over half of the population gets or takes pills from a friend or relative. And about 46 million and counting are exposed to narcotics in their drinking water. So don't toss them, flush them, or leave them lying around. Safely dispose of your unneeded meds anytime at Parkway Pharmacy,
where you can always talk to a pharmacist when you need one.
There where every day starts, it's made, and it ends. From hitting the floor to hitting the road and back, your feet carry the day's duties. And if you're hurting from what might be a work or sports or stress-related fracture you don't even know about, diabetic, or that all too often heel pain that just won't go away, or any type of pain or discomfort, or in need of wound care, come to where they care.
Put your best foot forward and come visit our podiatry team. We care about our patients and their feet.
That's Dr. Cheney and her team at Hope Family Podiatry Center next to Hope Family Pediatrics on the Mountain Parkway. Regardless of what season it is, you can always find fan favorites of the Ville, Salyersville, at the seasonal shop. For the dudes, Duke and Cannon, Turn Rose, and more. And always something for all the Hornet fans. And for all the ladies, it's always Wildcat season, and it all changes daily. That's why you always have to make a stop at the seasonal shop just next door to Fraser's Prater Drug Store. The best place for all your prescription, over-the-counter, and Radio Shack needs, with some of the very best hometown lunch specials and treats. They're a pair like you can find nowhere else but in Salyersville. Allied Pro Wrestling is coming back to Salyersville in Magoffin County, presenting Lynn Shaken. Tickets are just $10. The show is this Saturday at the Community Center, and it is benefiting Magoffin County Special Olympics. This Saturday, Allied Pro Wrestling is in the house at the Lloyd M. Hall Community Center. Doors will open at 5:30. First bell, 6 o'clock. You'll see some familiar and some perhaps not so familiar faces, and you're guaranteed to have a good time. Saturday, 6. Doors open at 5:30, and it's just $10 to get in, and you're helping support the Magoffin County Special Olympics. You've seen the forecast, right? You know what season it is, so it is time to get ready. With New Year deals that are worth up to $200 off a new set of tires, and get your car running like new with only a $35 state-of-the-art computer diagnosis, and save all the payments for later with 6 months same as cash at Conley Tire and ConleyTire.net. Cooked cabbage is back at your Sagersville Lee's, and so is the low-carb plate. I mean, yes, you can call it a low-carb plate because it is. There's barely any carbs in it, but it's also one of the tastiest meals we've got. And the healthiest, low-carb or not, with juicy roast strips, our famous green beans, and yes, that tasty cooked cabbage. A taste and flavor all its own, and only at your Sagersville Lee's. Sagersville National Bank hopes to help you start the new year with financial freedom and peace of mind. From new services like Apple and Google Pay with your debit card, to their more than century of being dedicated to being your personal or business banking institution, they're here for you. With digital, phone, or in-person banking at both locations.
There are several risk factors that may put a patient at risk for heart disease.
Especially people who have diabetes or hypertension or high cholesterol and have a family history of heart disease.
Neglecting to see a cardiologist can put you in trouble. You may develop problems that may not be reversible.
We see many people who do not have an actual diagnosis of a heart problem, but may be at risk of heart disease, and we do whatever we can to help mitigate that risk to help prevent disease in the future. ARH, more for Appalachia.
Now let's go to high school basketball action with a little bit of a backdrop, a little preface, if you will, to everything that's been building up to the moment where McGoffin County made it to the 15th region last night after playing their way in after losing, of course, the 57th district to Martin County. Well, for them being there, it's been a while. You'd have to roll back the clock to the 2016 season when the Hornets won the first round of the 15th region. Lawrence County would go on to be the champions after the Hornets lost in the second round. 2017, the Hornets also made it to the 15th region tournament, lost in the first round to South Floyd. Pikeville would go on to be the champions of the region that year. 2018, enter Scott Castle, Coach Castle's first year, the helm of the boys program. The Hornets lost to Paintsville in the first round of the district tournament. Pikeville went on to become the 15th region champs. 2019, the Hornets lost to Johnson Central in the first round of the district tournament. Central went on to be the champions of the region, runners-up in the region the year before. 2020, the Hornets lost to Martin County, first round of the district. Martin County went on to become the 15th region champions. 2021, the Hornets lost to Paintsville in the first round of the district. Paintsville went on to become the 15th region champions. 2022, the Hornets lost to Martin in the first round of the district. Pikeville was your 15th region champs. And in 2023, the Hornets last year lost to Paintsville in overtime in the first round of the district, and Martin County went on to become your 15th region champions. This would be 7 years in the making since the Hornets have been to the region, and they have not since Castle and some other young men who have been with him pretty much every step of the way. They haven't been there since, but they're there this year, and they are advancing after an exciting game last night, taking on Floyd Central out of the 58th. By the numbers, a game, one could say, and does. 7 years in the making. Total of 9 seniors, I think, all looking for the win. Over the 58th district champs with McGoffin County off the tip, and Aiden Barnett hypes up the hometown crowd with the basket and the extra to get everything rolling. And for the first quarter, the Jaguars and the Hornets traded paint. Dylan Boyd for the easy three, with the Jags on top of the Hornets by number 3, after the first 8 minutes. Floyd Central up 19-16. And Floyd Central threw down another 19 to McGoffin County's 13 in the second quarter to dominate the first half, 38-29 at the break. Back at it, McGoffin County starts to turn the tide. Russell with the rebound and the putback. And an ironed off Floyd Central shot picked up by Grayson. A couple of good-looking passes later, gets it to Ethan, and the three is good. Barnett didn't like the three here, though, but pushes it in for the deuce. And it's tied at 48 with 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. And Barnett with the steal down court. And McGoffin County takes a second, methodically picks a spot for Barnett to set up for the lead with this tray. As McGoffin County covers some much-needed ground, staring at the last 8 minutes. And I needed a break. But this one's not over, and the Jags weren't done. That's a 3-point Floyd Central advantage, which, however, would be their largest from here on out. The Hornets turned up the heat. Russell nails this three to make it a 54-55 McGoffin County ball game, and another three by Russell erases a Floyd Central basket to reclaim the Hornet lead. And from there, you add Barnett's basket and the one. This play, after McGoffin County forced a turnover at the other end, and this one, and McGoffin County is up by half a dozen, and we're down to 120 seconds to go. And from there, it's all about the clock. Floyd Central fouled on every McGoffin County inbound. They missed some big, important shots in between, and McGoffin County put this one away on the free throw line. And everyone wearing or bleeding maroon can sense the win. The Hornets went 12 of 14 in the last 2 minutes after a second half where they came out motivated and on a mission, and will go on to face Johnson Central for the fourth time this season. 3-0 this season thus far against the Golden Eagles. Tomorrow night, fighting for a chance to be in the 15th Region Finals.
You know, we talked about defense before. Come out, play a half, lose players in transition. So that we discussed it again at halftime. Second half, it was a completely different game. So proud of the kids, proud of the way they finished. How about them hitting free throws down the stretch? Yeah. Yeah, unbelievable. So happy for the kids. We knew they're one of the best transition teams in the region. They get the ball out and go. Makes, misses, it don't matter. So that's what killed us first half. And we won the game on free throw. There I say, what do you think about that? That's crazy. I told Walker missed 2 or 3 in the first quarter or first half. I told him at halftime. I said, you can't get in your own head. That's one of the young ones on the team. I said, you can't get in your own head. We might need you to win the game for us. Walker had to hit 2 free throws, put us up 8. I told him, I said, I told you so.
And what does all this mean to McGoffin County's all-time leading scorer, the year, the career that this young man has had, and his team, and the years that have led up to this moment?
Me and Coach have been at this thing 7 years. We ain't ever been to region, let alone win a game. It meant a lot. And we know we just got to take it game by game. Game plan for Pike Central Saturday, and we feel like we can win the whole thing.
But to do it, they have to get through, and already they know, very tough Johnson Central team, who perhaps a lot of thought might have a tough time with Pike County Central in the next game. They did not. A bit of a slow start as Pike Central jumped out to an early lead on the Eagles. Braden Shepard here on the fast break, and with a little assist to Austin Sloan, the Eagles then gathered it up, and they didn't back down. After trailing by 10 early, Sloan closed it to 4 after the first quarter, and Central kept it to within 3 at the half, beating the buzzer and rolling on in the second half. 87-79 final score, and another face-off with the Hornets of Magoffin County. So it's girls semis tonight. Pikeville and Prestonsburg at 6:30. The ladies from Central and Floyd Central at 7:45. Their championship tomorrow afternoon at 4:30. And the boys semis tomorrow will be after that. Pikeville and Martin County tip off at 7. And the rematch of the season between Magoffin and Johnson Central tomorrow night at 8:45. As we take a look at local Doppler radar and conditions that show more showers than not, perhaps throughout much of the viewing area and Kentucky, with that to intensify during the rest of the evening. Before we go on and nail that down with as much detail and outlook as we have, 58 degrees is where we're at right now, falling on our way down to about 54 tonight, so not much further. It's pretty mild air. We have northeasterly winds right now around 2 miles per hour. A minute ago in front of the newsroom, our maximum daily gust today, we had one clocked at 10 miles per hour. 76% humidity. Rain, only 0.01, 100th of an inch thus far. That's going to pick up. Sunrise 6:53, sunset 6:34. Again, we're going to add some more rain to that with showers tonight, the bulk of which not until after 3 o'clock in the a.m. and then carrying us into the first half of your weekend. Winds, which are not all that dramatic right now, also look to pick up around that time, 6 to 20 mile per hour gust, and maybe 1/10 to 1/4 of an inch before dawn tomorrow of additional rainfall, with tomorrow showers and a good chance of a thunderstorm or two, mainly between 8 in the morning and 5, with some showers lingering thereafter. We're going to top out tomorrow right around 60 degrees for daytime highs. Winds will top out right around 20 miles per hour tomorrow and up to 21 tomorrow night. Right now, we have between 3/4 to 1 inch of rain during the day tomorrow, and some light rain after that might actually change over to some snow showers tomorrow night and into your Sunday. Didn't see that one coming, did you? Yeah, we're going to be close to freezing, right at freezing tomorrow night. There looks to very likely be plenty of moisture still around in the air, and with temperatures that low, no accumulation, obviously, but we could see some flakes fly. Just a reminder that spring isn't here yet, but a big reminder, you know what is? That's right, daylight savings time. It starts this weekend. Roll those clocks forward. Spring those clocks forward Saturday night before you go to bed. It's here, one of my favorite times of the year. Getting back to normal, as I like to think. Nevertheless, daylight saving time this Sunday, so roll them up before you go to bed. With that said, taking a as Sunday, as you saw, will be mostly sunny, around 46, very windy, up to 30 mile per hour winds. So it's going to feel a bit blustery and cool, sunny and 46. Mostly clear, 28 Sunday night, Monday sunny and 55. There's your Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday improving conditions. For the most part, 64 and sunny for your Tuesday, 69 mostly sunny on your Wednesday. That's close to 70, and we should crack that mark on Thursday with mostly sunny skies, around 74 degrees. Only a slight chance of showers Thursday, but we have Friday, another system that will give us a likelihood of showers, and temperatures will peak on your Thursday and dip back down into the 60s by Friday and may even slide on down from there. And that's going to wrap it up for tonight. A lot to do over the course of the weekend, I promise you. We're going to be pulling a lot of late ones here at the studio and in some other locations, and that, of course, will include squeezing in some high school basketball, which I hope to see you back here Monday for the highlights thereof. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for watching.